about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire.
Testing 1, 2. Yeah, testing. Yeah. I hear myself though. I don't want to be hearing myself.
The people's campaign.
Yeah.
And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire. He's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire. A fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire. Son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire. Ready to fight for his people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fi we. Set an example for all the youths. Uruwei na fi we. Beginning of golden age. Uruwei na fi we. True representative for all of us. Uruwei na fi we. Dangriga walk quick and Sarah we. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. And for anyone who still don't know the man, you know, originally Rick Paleka. Remember Auntie Lily Paleka? That's Auntie Lily's son. On election day, I will not go to the polls and betray my conscience. Election day, make sure you follow your conscience. Choose change now. The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire. He's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire. A fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire. Son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire. Ready to fight for his people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our that feel we. Beginning of golden age, Uruwei that feel we. True representative for all of us, Uruwei that feel we. Dangriga, walk quick and Sarah we. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back, back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he no come to play. We need our Dangriga back. And for anyone who say they don't know the man, you know, original Red Paleka. Remember until the Paleka? That's until the son. On election day, I will not go to the polls and betray my conscience. Election day, make sure you follow your conscience. Choose change now.
Greetings, greetings, everyone. Let me know you guys can hear me. Actually, I don't, Alberto, only you got the mic. So let me make sure that I am mic'd up. Yes, testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. This seems better, this sounds better. Greetings, each and every one of you. Good evening, blessed Sunday evening to everyone. Just lower the volume there for me, Alberto, please. It is now so 8 minutes past the hour, past the time. I want to welcome each and every one of you to another episode of Dangriga Unmuted. This evening, as always, I try to keep it informative. I try to keep it educational. We try to challenge the status quo. Greetings to everyone from Belize City. Greetings to all of you from Cayo. Greetings, Punta Gorda. Greetings, the diaspora, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. To all of you tuned in tonight, good night to each and every one of you. Tonight, I want to ask each and every one of you a question some people might find uncomfortable. What is Belize's biggest problem? What if Belize's biggest problem is not the PUP? What if Belize's biggest problem is not the UDP? What if the real problem is the system that governs us? For decades, we've changed governments, replaced ministers, elected new era representatives, and traded one set of promises for another. Yet many of the same frustration remain. Political patronage, unequal development, weak accountability, growing public distrust, and communities still waiting for meaningful progress. So perhaps it seems time to ask, we should all ask the question, who should lead Belize? And we should also begin asking, how should Belize be governed? Tonight, brothers and sisters, my guest is former UDP Chairman Alberto August. I call the man the troublemaker. He gave good trouble. A man who has put forward bold ideas that challenge the very structure of our democracy. Whether you agree with him or not is not the point. The point is that Belizeans must be willing to have difficult conversations if we genuinely want a better future. This is not an attack on any political party. It is an invitation to think beyond party colors. It is an invitation to imagine what Belize could become if we had the courage to question systems that may no longer serve us. Democracy should never be afraid of scrutiny. In fact, it depends on it. So tonight, Lakeland, Sarawi, Hope Creek, Bengoshe, Bakatom, Harlem, all of you, I invite you to listen with an open mind, challenge what you hear, ask questions, disagree respectfully, but above all, think. Think and think deeply. Because the future of Belize may depend not only on who sits in Belmopan, but on the rules by which we are governed. My name is Cyril Uruwei. Present with me is my guest, my brother, my friend, seasoned politician, Mr. Alberto August. How is your Sunday?
Going well. It's going very well. The drive down from Cayo to here was nice. You know, the Hummingbird Highway is usually a pleasant drive. Yeah.
You said it was raining a bit.
Raining a bit, yeah, raining a bit. But roads a bit slippery, but you know, take care on the road. Yeah, one thing I saw though was that the guardrails, they're overgrown by bushes. We need to begin to clear them. In some instances, you don't even see them. You know, so
the lines, the markers are not showing.
no, the guardrails on the sides, you know, those
right. But if they're overflowing with
right, you don't see them because
exactly.
in some instances, especially in the areas where there are no villages, you know, they're overgrown a bit. Just need a little bit of maintenance. But the drive was to answer your question, the drive was nice, pleasant.
No kind of flooding yet, the minor rain, minor drizzling.
Yeah.
You know, that's something those of you who have access to those in charge, keep the highway clean.
Yes.
As mentioned, this is not an attack on anybody. This is for us to be better, have better. My brother, tonight, as promised, the audience, they are anticipating an informative discussion. We're going to be talking about how we are governed. We are give a brief overview of how we are governed. The ABCs of how we're governed and your proposal, right? So the way I would like to address this interview, folks out there and Alberto, where I dig briefly into how we're governed, you're going to tell us your idea globally, right, as to what you have, and then we will break it down into different aspects, right? The prime minister, how we should elect the leader of the country, how we should, how our era representative should serve us. So first and foremost, most of us, we see changes around us or none. We hear the names of the expats. We hear the names of Louis Abane. We hear the names of Johnny Briseño, Karim Musa, all these individuals in office, Ferguson. But I don't think we understand enough as to what their duties are, how they are function or how they should function, and if the system itself works for the people or just for these ministers. So let's dig into that a bit, Alberto. Tell us about how we are governed in very layman terms, so my people could understand.
All right, and basically, as you know, we have three arms of government. We have the judiciary, which to a certain extent is independent, and then we have the legislature and the executive. For many years now, we have been hearing that the lines between the executive and the legislature is blurred. In my view, the line is non-existent. The legislature and the executive are one and the same. One and the same. The executive sits in cabinet, and the legislature sits in the House of Representatives, except, of course, for the members on the opposition bench. Legislature basically comes from cabinet. That is why you will hear, when anybody presents proposal to amend legislation, you hear that it has the recommendation of cabinet. So in other words, that will tell you who also sits in the cabinet, you don't go against this, you know, because you don't agree to it in cabinet. And in my view, it's bastardizing the process. Because over the years, things deteriorate. You have a house, you don't maintain it, falls apart, right? And over the years, I think there's been no maintenance for the way how we are governed. Like, for example, there's a process where a bill goes through 3 readings, right? In my view, the first reading is to introduce the bill in the House of Representatives. But you don't introduce a bill in the House of Representatives when those sitting in the House of Representatives cabinet don't hear it because it was discussed in cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So those the executive, the legislation cabinet should hear the bill for the first time. Introduction of the bill.
Just,
So when
I hate to interrupt, but explain the difference between the executive and the legislature. Explain the
They're one
difference.
and the executive sits in cabinet.
Mhm.
Mostly all persons on the government side, all elected persons on the government side, sits in cabinet.
Mhm.
But the House of Representatives, that 31, those who sit in cabinet on the government side, and then in this instance, 5 opposition member who sits on the opposition side.
Just to clarify, the 5 are the ones who won during the last general election.
Right.
Right?
The 31
is the
The
rest of
31, the 31
Yeah.
are the 31 sitting in the House of Representatives are those who won the election, and they sit in the House of Representatives. They form the legislature.
Right.
But in this instance, like I say, there's 5 times the amount of persons sitting on the government side than on the opposition. So for those persons who sit on the government side, when you have the first reading of a bill, it is to introduce the bill.
Right.
But you don't introduce it to them when they heard it in the cabinet, and they come to you and tell you this matter has the approval of cabinet. So you don't introduce it to them. You're introducing it only to those on the opposition side, which should not be the case.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So in that instance, a bill goes through 3 reading. We have bastardized it to the extent where in some instances one bill go through all 3 readings in a one sitting. Where the presenter of the bill gets up and informs the speaker that they're requesting for the bill to go through all its reading in one sitting. That is the extent of the bastardizing of the process. Right? So when you have a separation, and the system that I'm suggesting, of course, is just for discussion purposes, to open the discussion and to get views on it. But when you introduce a bill, it is supposed to be introduced to everybody the first time you hear it. So you introduce the bill, and then once you introduce the bill to me, of course, it comes with the attending written version of it. You study it and you go to your people because you are representing the people. Take like, for example, you get a bill that is a government intends by the 1st of January, they intend to impose a trade license tax on villages. That is introduced to the first time. So you grab that and you go out to your people and you consult with your people. And then you come back. And after you consult with the people and invade a second time, then you get up and say, sir, my people in my constituencies are objecting that bill, no matter if it's on the government side or
Right.
and then you put it to a vote. Right? All 31. You put, and that will erase the lines also of partisan politics. You put it to a vote. If you would have genuinely put that bill to a vote, it will never pass. Because people generally do not. And we're operating in an economy where they proudly tell us that 89% of the budget is financed through taxation of the people, you know.
Wow.
Only 11% by other monies. 89% of the budget, and they proudly tell us.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
So when it is introduced to the bill, and then you go with it to your people because you are representing the people at the first time you hear it. All of you, all 31 of you, first time you hear it. And I will get to you as to how you affect the executive part of it, because it comes from the executive now, from the cabinet. Comes from the cabinet to the House of Representatives. No cabinet, no area representative under the system should be a minister. You don't sit in cabinet. Cabinet are the technical persons appointed by the prime minister, or if you want to call it the president, whatever you want to call it, appointed by the president. Then they of course make the laws in conjunction with how you feel about it. Let me give you an example. And it's happening repeatedly in this country, where an area representative sits at home and people come to the area representative. Sir, I want you for assistance for dialysis. I want you for assistance for CAT scan and all these medical things. And then afterwards, you're supposed to take that to the house because you're representing the people. I want to inform this honorable house that a vast amount of people are coming to my house. They ask for this kind of assistance. We need to do something about it.
Right.
And then afterwards also, right, you monitor the social media. But you don't monitor the social media to find out who they hurt your feelings. You monitor social media to find out what are the needs of the people. And you look on social media right now, there's a vast amount of people who want medical attention, who want medical services. So you grab that and you pass legislation. So when that goes to the executive, and the executive under this function, under this proposed system, will be the technical persons appointed by the leader of government. No minister, no air representative, no be no minister, no air representative, no handle the people's money.
Why would no minister, your representative should be a minister?
Because then, like I said, then they will you got again one mix up of the executive and the legislature. Right? They will be intertwined. No, you not sit in the executive. The executive comprise technical people appointed by the head of government, and then they sit in cabinet. So when you get the concerns of your people, then you take it to the House of Representatives, and on the basis of the concerns of the people, legislation is birthed or amended. You see,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
if I could explain the process, and why I'm saying this is because we're heading into almost 45 years as being an independent nation post 45 years after almost 45 years being an independent nation. We have gone through 7 changes of administration. 7 changes of administration. We have gone through 5 prime ministers. And it's like like you rightfully said, you wonder if that the PUP or the UDP might not be the problem and something else. Right? But 45 years, almost 45 years, 44 years and 10 months. And we've gone through, like I said, 7 administrations, 5 prime ministers, and we're doing the same thing over and over again. Somebody somewhere said that is the definition of insanity.
It is.
When you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So maybe the time has come for us to really look into the way how we are governed. And let me tell you this. The government made an attempt. The government enacted the PCC, the People's Constitution Commission, for the purposes of suggesting recommendations to change the constitution. And there was also a committee in that commission to look at the way how we are governed. The document was presented to government last year, May. When it was presented to government, it was taken back to the House, and the Prime Minister announced there that while the legislation called for 60 days for the government to review it and get back to the House, the Prime Minister indicated that 60 days was not enough because of the volume of the document. So they requested 6 months. Today, we are 14 months after it was presented in May of last year, and still we're not hearing nothing about it. Right? But it does not, the recommendation, because I sat on that committee for the final months of its existence. But my suggestion and the points that I'm bringing up for discussion were not in depth included in that report. Something else was included, but I just put these thoughts together so that we can open discussion and people can begin to
Absolutely.
So
At some point, you must have been going through something, thinking about just the state of our country, the way it is, right? For you to be inspired to just go through a list of bullet points as to what you think or how you think the country should be run. Now, every single day, right? Something new comes up. Some type of new corruption. You might hear from the same minister committing the same crime, but just different level. Maybe another family member, another partner. Every single day, something happen. Now, why do you think this could be just to strike up a conversation? But why do you think that it is important for every Belizean at this point, those listening, those tuning tonight? it is important for them to consider your assessment. It is important for them to consider your recommendations versus what we've been doing for the past 40-some years.
Corruption in government, official corruption affects the taxpayers of any nation, right? So the process, the objective supposed to be to minimize corruption as much as you possibly can. And I am saying that there has got to be a separation from those who create the legislation and those who approve it. I am saying specifically that we need to remove elected area representatives from handling government finances. If we would have had that situation, because then what happens is that when you have the technical people and this situation that is upon us right now, the head of government could have taken immediate action against the persons who are perpetuating this kind of activity because they are appointed, they are not elected. But in this case, and then what will happen is that when any situation like this happens and it comes to light, you are not suggesting to take action against a person who is elected by the people, because those persons are supposed to have no say whatsoever in the handling of government finances. They are supposed to stay in their constituencies and deal with the concerns of their people, because that is what the name implies.
Yeah.
You are an area representative,
the people. Yeah.
represent the people. But what happens right now? What happens right now is that an area representative is elected and that person goes to government. That person takes on a ministerial responsibility and forget about the people they're representing. And what do? They appoint a person to be in the constituency to tend to the people while they go to Belmopan.
It's the same thing we grapple with, we fight with here in Dangriga. You know, I just want to, this hit a nerve for me, because I promise folks, this is about informing you. This is about educating you. This is not about attacking anyone. However, if a topic comes up where a minister is a perfect example of what we're talking about, then naturally we are mentioning it. For example, we have Louis Abani, who supposed to represent Dangriga people. But Louis don't live here. Louis have what he referred to as an aide, Debbie Jones. Every Dangriga know about that. Every Dangriga resident know about Debbie Jones. Debbie Jones is almost as if though she's the area representative. And then Louis just probably stay in a Belmopan most of the time, and then he claim he come down here to your office. You know, really go to office. He got a place where a lot of people just go pile up and ask for favors. But I'm saying that because that hits home to me, right? I live it, Dangriga I live it. But zoom into that for me again. Area representatives should not handle finances, and they should be in the community, in their constituency, right? Serving the people. Make we talk more about that.
Well, you see, you live here in Dangriga. It hits home to you in Dangriga. But that is not unique for Dangriga. It happens countrywide. It happens countrywide. We have it in all the constituencies in Kaya. Every single one.
Give me an example.
You want me to call name? I don't want. Okay. I never want to go down the road of calling name. But like, for example, if you go to Kaya Central, Alex Balona is the representative for Kaya Central. But you don't see about Alex Balona. You see a fellow by the name of Horace Grant. Right? In Kaya North, you don't see Shebat. You see a fellow by the name of Geoffrey Smith and Karim Adley. Because the minister is elsewhere doing other things. No, man. No.
Yeah.
So, when you don't have a ministerial portfolio, you tend to your people. Right? And what I'm saying, let's round it off to a minister collects $100,000 legitimate salary per annum. Right? $1,000. So it means that if you're in government for 5 years, you collect $500,000 in salary. 500,000, right?
Wow. Yeah.
500.
It's a lot of money.
No. Why would you spend $2 million in a campaign to be elected to earn $500,000?
It don't make sense.
If I have $2 million, it is going to take me 12 20 years in government for earn that $2 million. Why would I want to do that
Yeah,
4 term?
yeah.
Right? It is like, for example, if you drop a dollar coin in the darkness and you take out your wallet and you light that $20 to find a dollar coin. Right? It doesn't make any sense.
You know, we have to break this down. I know some don't have fast minds. I know how to keep up. But this is important. What Alberto is saying, for general election, let's say general election, right? A minister or a certain an aspiring minister might spend $2 million
for campaign finance.
for campaign. So he could be elected.
Right.
Just so he could make 500
For that 5 years.
for that 5 years. It don't make sense.
Yeah. So you have to go 4 terms, 20 years to get back to 2 million.
We get back to 2 million. It don't make sense. So in other words, what? They do it for what?
People smart, people not fool, right? You have to tell people, I would have to spoon feed the people.
Right.
That's
right.
like I'm telling you, it is like, for example, you drop a dollar coin down there and you light that $20 to find it. You find a dollar coin, but what happen? You lose 19.
Yeah.
You lose 19.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Because and that is the situation we're saying. So we need to remove. And you know what will happen? You know what's going to happen? When you implement that kind of system, very few are the individuals who are going to be offering themselves to run for those positions, you know.
That is true.
And you know, have no massive campaigning and no massive this and massive the other.
Yeah.
And you don't have to talk about we're talking about enacting campaign financing. There will be no need for that.
You
That is
know,
why, like, for example, when you draw the situation for village council, every single village council you have to find new candidates because the one who serve, no one serve again.
yeah,
Right? But now, because you can make more than that on the side, you want to be there.
exactly. Exactly.
So you remove that aspect of it, and then you clean up the whole system. Right? So I am saying, my suggestion is the prime minister or the head of government should be elected countrywide.
Yes.
Right? Countrywide. And when you do that, in other words, the election of that individual will not be dependent on which area representative win. So what happens is that when he is in government, because when they're in, this is what happens. When they're in government, they save money, cut from everything. They got $100 million to spend for campaign.
Wow.
And then they distribute, then leader distribute it to the various area representatives, and then they go campaign with that to win. Right? When that leader does not depend on these people and have to give them their $2 million each, he will not have to find $100,000 to put in a campaign kitty for his party.
Yeah.
Because that is totally out of his, he's not dependent on that. And when you have that situation, when you have that situation, when you talk, because in terms of what we're living right now, the prime minister won by 3,200 votes, right? You have one village in his constituency. So when you're talking about implementing a tax that will affect all 192 villages in this country, okay?
Yeah.
But if he had depended on the vote of all of those people, you think he may do it?
He would, yeah, he would consider that.
Right?
Sure.
But he don't care. He has one village, so it's going to affect only one village, only about 1,000 persons who vote for him.
I want to drive this home because what you just said very important, folks. Part of the proposal, most significant part of the proposal, is that leader of government should be elected by the entire nation rather than representing a single constituency. This idea raises an important question. How can one individual effectively lead the entire country while simultaneously being expected to prioritize one constituency over 30 others? A nationally elected leader would, in theory, answer directly to every Belizean, right? This is what you're saying.
Right.
Decisions on infrastructure, healthcare, education, security, and economic development could be viewed through a truly national lens instead of being influenced by constituency obligations.
Correct. That is why, like I'm saying, the present system that we have is that Once those 3,200 voters in Orange Walk Central are happy, then the rest can go to hell. So like, for example, if you have the situation, you can provide free dialysis, free CAT scan for the people in Orange Walk Central, and you will win again.
Yeah.
But if it was your responsibility for the entire nation, you would have been living better, because that would have been spread out to all of us, because you depend.
So this applies to the UDP too, to how we choose our party leader, right? Because it is based on who the party leader is become the prime minister. Right now, for the 2030 general elections, Honorable Tracy doesn't have to have the vote of the entire country, but as long as she's party leader and she gets elected, she becomes the prime minister by default.
But you see, when you begin to but when you begin to implement this process, that PUP UDP thing will disappear. You know? It is going to disappear eventually.
How do you think?
Because then, like I am telling you, when you are an elected area representative, and you go, that is why you will see the House of Representative meetings are publicized. So when you go to the House of Representatives, the only persons who you are concerned about is the people in your constituency, because they are the ones who put you in the House. And it is publicized so the nation could hear, and your people can hear how you are presenting their concerns. Let me tell you what happens right now. The way how we are governed right now, it has been bastardized to the extent where when you go to and you will hear it at next House meeting, when you go to House meeting, you know what are the only thing where those people say about their constituents? I want to begin my presentation by thanking the people of Caribbean Shores for electing me to this honorable house.
That's it.
It's done.
That's it.
All right, and I want to talk about the crime control bill, and no man, that is why when you are in the house, that is why when you are in the House of Representatives, they do not address you as Minister of Home Affairs. They address you as the member for Caribbean Shores, because that is what you do. But in the House of Representatives, there's no representation of the people.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
No. If you want to proceed and allow them to remain ministers of government, then you are a minister in cabinet.
Yeah.
You discuss government business in cabinet. But under the new system, those people will not even be in cabinet. Cabinet will be formed, like I said, by technical people, technical persons who the prime minister appoints, who they believe can assist them in running, a technical person in health, a technical person in security, and not to allow to. And if that person is not performing to standards, you have the ability and the capacity to remove that person.
We have some folks who have questions for you, Alberto, that I would like to read in a bit. Friends, family, enter your comments. You have a question for Mr. August, enter it in the comments below. But before we continue, there's an organization in Northern Illinois, UBNI, United Belizeans of Northern Illinois. Every year they host a scholarship gala. And this is to help individuals who are less fortunate further their education. I want to act in their support and ask each and every one of you in the Chicago area, the Illinois area, Waukegan. This is an event I've attended before. It's a great event to rub shoulders with like-minded people who want to say better for the country. So check them out. The info is on the screen. The gala is on August 8th. All right. Your contribution, the cost of your ticket will go toward assisting other students to further their studies. Brothers and sisters, this is Dangriga Unmuted on Obafo TV. I'm here with Alberto August, former UDP chairman. Alberto is no stranger to any Belizean who pay attention to what's happening in politics. Just the other day, you're going to jail, my brother. I'm going to ask you about that, but we're not touch that right now.
No, we can touch that if you want.
You're unmuted,
you're unmuted.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you understand the culture. Yes, very good. So, listen, let me go back to, we have area representatives should represent. Mr. August also argues that area representatives should actually fulfill the role suggested by their title. They are elected to speak and act on behalf of the people in their constituency. That is not happening. Their primary responsibility should be representing the concerns, needs, and aspirations of their constituencies, not managing ministries, awarding contracts, distributing resources, or functioning as executive administrators. And that's pretty much what we talk about right now, Alberto. Now, my question to folks, to those of you tuning in, and to Mr. August as well, this for me is a no-brainer. If they are putting themselves on the ballot, their names on the ballot, to represent you, to speak and act on your behalf, they should be deeply involved in the constituency. Now, I want to ask those of you listening and Mr. August as well, what's the likelihood of you seeing this happening? What's the likelihood of you seeing this changing? Who has the authority to change this? Hold your answer. Jeff Flowers, please don't let them throw you off. Independent is good for us. Okay, thank you. Kenroy Young, why would that matter? He has no leadership role or any role for that matter in the current leadership of the party. I don't think that matter at all, my brother.
Good point, though. Very good.
What is being said.
Very good point.
Lorenzo Kawich, read between the lines on what he's saying. He is an all right, I gotta expand this here so I could. He is an agenda that. Let's take a look at Jamal Swazo. Alberto August is a true stalwart of democracy. Ken, Mr. Alberto, do you have a solution for UDP to get better? Jennifer Arzu Williams, discuss how PUP and UDP don't legally exist. That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. Then his system will work.
Right.
Janelle Morgan, I am here. Welcome, my dearest. Lenny G. Flowers, UDP and PUP is the same difference. They're not about the poor people.
That's true.
Yeah. Christine Vasquez, how do we change the present system? That's what we're about to talk about. Richard Webster Sr. That is not the mindset of person running. They have no money of their own, but they will make 42,800 for the 36 month in office after being elected. Make that sink in.
Municipal.
I guess.
That's the municipal.
Municipal.
Yeah, leave it up.
Let's take a look at one more. Folks, friends, I can't read all the comments at this all at once, but whatever chance I get, I will try to read you guys' comment. Warrior Carib, what legal system do we have in place to place government officials in prison? That's what we want to talk about too. We were talking about that behind scenes. In prisons who break and violate the laws of the country. We need a system of real check and balance which can arrest and persecute these politician criminals and lock them up and throw away the keys. Lock them up and throw away the keys. Thank you, my brother. Thank you all for your comments. Alberto, you have the mic.
Right. Several interesting points came up. You know, when and in terms of the question, how do we change the system of governance right now? Very important. You will need the political will, and you are going to need honest person and a person also who is prepared to say, listen to me, you know what? I want to serve the people. There's no need for me to have a governmental name or a vehicle, access to government money. I just want to serve the people. When you do that, and Jamal Swazo, I think, or Webster brought it up the Webster, Robert?
Yeah. Richard Webster.
Richard, I know, right? Richard Webster brought it up, right? When you want to be the leader of a political party, now under the system, you're not talking about the leader of any political party. You're talking about the leader of government. But he's right. when you want to be the leader of a political party, you have to have what?
Integrity.
Money.
Money. Yeah, you're right.
Money to be
In
the
this
leader of
system,
government,
in this
because,
system.
right, you have to have money because you have to have the capacity to sponsor certain amount of people who will win the majority, because the constitution states that the leader of the political party who enjoys the majority of the persons who win an election becomes the prime minister. So he is right. You will have to have money to finance a group of people, and when time the majority of them win and say you are the leader, then you will become the prime minister. That is how we are governed right now. I am saying, under the system, if you are a person of integrity and the people see that you can lead this country, there's no need for you to have followers behind you to finance anybody.
Yeah.
You go to the people.
That's right.
And you promote yourself, and then they might vote you, and then you become the prime minister. So you don't have to have no lot of money.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about running, for leadership, you can have 20 persons running,
Yeah.
not only PUP and UDP, and the best person who has the agenda, the person who tells you that within 100 days of being elected, I can, let's say, what the people are calling for, I can implement UNCAC, let's say. You don't have to have no followers.
Yeah.
You don't have to have all your representative back to the back you up. Once you get the majority of votes, that cast, of the 20 or nowhere on, you will become the leader of government.
Yeah.
And then you direct it from there. So, don't a lot of money, right? Once you have the integrity and the intelligence, and then, like I'm saying, all those who are elected as a representative, you are not appointed to cabinet. I think we should go through the process,
Sure.
Because I
sure.
think what we are doing, okay, what we are saying, because I think probably some people might not read it. Okay, what we are saying is that we need to revamp, to redo, to change the way how we are governed, right? And we are saying that the leader of government should be elected not by a singular constituency, as is the present situation, where we have a prime minister that with 3,000 votes is leading this country, right? Should not be elected by a singular constituency, so that the office holder makes decision for the whole country, because he will be elected by the entire country,
Right. Which
so
makes
he
sense.
will make decisions based on the welfare of entire constituency. You know, I make one decision for in favor of the person for Lagos State Toledo West because he wants support in a fire party.
Yeah.
No, right? The area representative must take their rightful role, as the name implies. You are a representative of an area.
Yeah.
That is what you are. No area representative should be a minister of government. None. Because they're not elect you as a minister of government. In the system that we have, the prime minister appoints you because, you do good in your constituency, you win a lot of votes. So you have seen the man. You don't lose again.
Right? That should be a no-brainer.
No, right. The cabinet should be comprised of technical persons appointed by the leader of government. Technical persons draw from the...
Explain, define technical in this context.
Like for example, take the Ministry of Health, right? Right now, because the member for Orangework East is friends of the Prime Minister, and he came through the mayoral position in Orangework, and so he was automatically brought, so he became the Minister of Health. Get a technical person who understands, what happened. One dialysis machine have to connect to this here, and you have to do that, and you have to do the other, and one dialysis machine only could serve for 3 years. That's so much technical.
Yeah.
Right? So the Prime Minister will draw those persons from the community. You know what that will do? That is going to encourage the children of this country to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Get to an education if you want to one day be a minister of government, appointed as a minister of government.
Right.
Get to an education, get to a technical ability, be an architect, be an engineer. So when the parents is looking for you're not calling minister, maybe calling secretary of work, whatever. When the parents is looking for somebody to lead the Ministry of Works, means director. I got one engineering degree from Harvard University.
Yeah.
Right?
Qualified people.
Qualified person. So we're saying that the cabinet must be drawn from technical persons to fulfill the core functions of government. No got all religious affair, indigenous. No man, you're just saturating. You just making cumbersome government. You do that because you want to make space for all 26.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you clog the cabinet with these people here. No man, you go to the core ministries. You go to foreign affairs, internal affairs, out and in. Basic, right? Education, natural resources, economic development, and human development.
Yeah.
Right? I don't leave one on again, but no go down to the small thing. Put those at the heading.
Why do you think they do that?
So then, they do it to compensate the crowd what they have.
Yeah.
To compensate the crowd what they have, because the ministers have to fit in a cabinet, and then you combine that combines now the legislature and the executive. Right?
This system is what was passed down to us by our colonial masters, right?
Well, a more refined system was passed down, but through the years it became bastardized. Right? Like I tell you, House of Representatives, sir, nothing about the people's business is discussed in House of Representatives. Nothing. So then, when you have these technical persons in the cabinet, they cannot discuss constituency matters because they are ignorant to what is happening in constituencies.
Yeah.
But when you go to cabinet, the ministers are discussing constituency matter in cabinet.
Yeah,
You discuss constituency matters in House of Representatives. So then we're saying that I'm sorry. So you appoint this technical person. If there's a law based on the request of the people, a law needs to be enacted or needs to be amended, then that is discussed in cabinet, and then the technical person who will present that legislation to those must be invited to the House of Representatives as a special guest and present it to the representative, make it hear it. They would have already, like we do right now, they get a copy of the legislation in writing. They get a copy, but then the person will present it, introduce it, and then you take it to your people. And then that will encourage meetings of constituencies. So after every house meeting, your representative is supposed to get a committee and have a meeting now. Come, right? And this is what happened. Send your village chairman, then they come. I make your village chairman, your village chairman go back to the village and discuss with the village. Sir, you come back and you tell the minister, your representative, how your people feel.
How can we get this done though? Because it
because it needs the political and it needs for us to get away from that thing. And that concept. People become politicians because they want to get rich. Look at what is happening with the mirrors.
Yeah.
Right? People, the interest has been removed from serving the people to getting rich. That's all it is, you know. So when you remove that enticement from them, you are going to get genuine people. I am going to tell you, there might be some instances where but you know, I get nobody to run for your representative. You are hard.
Yeah.
Because people know the that, like for example, in villages, right? You excited, you want to run for the chairman of your village, and then you win. And after you win, I want you somebody come knock on your door. 3 o'clock in the morning. Chairman, my legal gun fever. I that's San Roman, I want me to bring her to Dangriga. I have to come and bring her. Right? They serve. After once you don't mean nothing about that. Mean. I want about that. But you have the person who genuinely want to serve. I say, okay, let's go. And I run again. And I want to serve.
Yeah.
And it sands. It removes the economic benefit from it. And eventually, you are going to say, listen to me. I want to run for the representative in Dangriga. I want to serve the people in Dangriga. I want to ask you for vote for me.
Right.
Because I want to serve you. If you don't vote for me, no skin off of my nose. You don't want me. But I know going out, they go spend and put on shirt and flyers and colors and all kind of thing. I don't want to do that. I am here to serve you. And that is what happens in this country. Some people genuinely want to serve, but because they don't have, like what Webster say, they don't have the finances to go out there and buy the people in election there and bribe them, they don't win. They don't win. But when you realize, boy, listen to me, this position here, me not in a cabinet, you know. Me not handle government money. Me not go and go in the vehicle. All we do is let that in my house and serve the people. And then what you do too, right? $100,000 per year they collect. I am saying, listen to me. Oh, make we should I go through the should I go through the because it comes here, right? What we are saying, but make I just develop that point. We are saying, listen to me. You know how area representatives will be paid? Put on the figure, right? area representatives will pay $1,000 to attend a meeting of the House per meeting. If you attend the meeting, you will get your $1,000 deposited into your account. As soon as you left and the meeting done, next day, the clerk will deposit, you will see $1,000 deposited in your account, plus the mileage for your vehicle, and we'll provide you a meal. If you run through 12 o'clock, if you're going at night, we'll provide you with a supper. That's it. $1,000. You not attend a meeting, you not see no deposit in your account.
Yeah, you don't get 1,000.
Right? Sir, the tremendous amount of savings that can come to this country by way of that system is unbelievable. We could say where we're like in starting, I told you, we are collecting 89% of the budget from taxing the people.
Yeah.
When you accumulate that money, you could lower the tax on the people. You know what the government is talking about right now? The government is talking about enacting a $6 minimum wage. When they enacted that $5 minimum wage, you know what that thing did to the economy of this country? It is like, for example, you used to go on the street and buy one bag of peanuts. 27 peanuts come in there for $1. Right? You go on the street now, you get the same 27 peanuts in there. How much right?
$2. Yeah.
There's no $1 thing now. No $1 thing. Everything at $2. You can go and buy 4 orange now and buy for $1.
Yeah.
4 that for much now?
Boy.
There is no $1 lead bag of fruit on the street now.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. You're right.
So when you are going to raise the minimum wage to $6, sir, the shopkeepers are telling you that is going to raise cost of living by 300%. And let me tell you also what is in the making right after municipal. The government intends to implement a new tax regime for shopkeepers. Right? Where part you know and get away with the tax. It might be good. It might be good. But I am saying, if you order 100 bale of toilet paper, let us say, for sell at your shop, and then afterwards, whatever you sell and you register will automatically go to Belompan. Because they're working on the system right now. They're training people and they're putting the software. So anything you sell in the shop, what you buy for your shop, go in a Belompan, and what you sell. So you buy 100 bale of toilet paper, and then afterwards, you buy next 100. But when they look at Belompan, 150 you sell? Who you the other one next 100? So they come to you. Where the 100? What the 50 there? With the 100 guys, look at 150 there. I not got it. So you sell it. So here we are pay the tax on it.
Yeah.
Right? And they are saying that thing is going to raise the cost of living in this country. The Chinese are telling us that in this country, the movement of goods on their shelf is slowing down. It will be a little bit. When that system comes into effect, sir, even the man who is working will not be able to feed his family.
Alberto, this is a serious thing. And folks, I keep saying every Wednesday I come on live, and I hope that those of you tune in tonight, you not just have your phone with your eye fixed, attention fixed with what Mr. August is saying. Just go back and do the same thing over and over. They will not hold themselves accountable. This country, they go down, they drain. Poor people, they get poor. This will cause an increase in violence. This will cause an increase in HIV. This was, whenever we live in poverty, it affects so many other things. I want to play a video, Alberto. This here has to do with a bill that the BBA, the Broadcasting Association, is introducing. I want to say what my conclusion on this is after, but listen to this. Folks, I want you to hear this and let me know what you think about it. I'm going to get your feedback as well. Alberto, you might want to put that in.
As Belize debates new rules for online broadcasters and digital media platforms, A High Court defamation case is adding fuel to the conversation about accountability online. The proposed Broadcasting Act 2026 could expand regulations into digital space, prompting questions about who should be licensed and how online content should be governed. Attorney Tiffany Cadle says freedom of expression is a right, but so is the responsibility to ensure published information is accurate.
What is important here, and what I hope that we get from all of this, is that these people, all of these online people who call themselves activists or who call themselves whatever it is that they want, that has an audience of people, they believe that the rules which speaks on defamation, or the different rules per se that Channel 5, Channel 7 have to abide by in terms of whatever information you put out to the public, you must ensure that the information is correct.
Cadle said the dispute stems from a live broadcasted in March, during which she alleges false and defamatory statements were made about her and her husband. Cadle secured an emergency court injunction in early April, ordering the defendants to remove the broadcast and stop making the allegations. But she says the first defendant ignored the order and repeated similar claims several times, including during another talk show over the Easter weekend. Cadle attempted to pursue a cyberbullying charge, but no police action has been taken.
No, I have no problem with people expressing their views online and bringing awareness to things that are happening in the country, maybe where we would not have known. But they must ensure that the things they're saying and they're doing, they are accurate. The information that they're broadcasting is not false information. That is where my issue is. And that is the reason why this case hits me and why I had to sue them.
One of the major public concerns surrounding the bill is who it would apply to. The Belize Broadcasting Authority has clarified that the proposed law is not intended to regulate ordinary social media users, but rather online services that operate like traditional broadcasters. Under the proposal, licensing would primarily target commercial online broadcasters, with factors such as audience size, broadcast frequency, and commercial benefit helping determine whether a license or exemption is required. As the debate continues, Cadle believes the legislation should also capture frequent live streamers who engage in public commentary.
What really the act is supposed to be doing is to provide legislation to protect the dissemination of information by news outlets and online. So if it is that the act is going towards, then there should be no exemption. If it is that you have a platform where you are calling yourself activists, you go up there and make certain comments, whether it's political comments, whether it's religious comments, whether it's just things happening in your community, you ought to be able to have a license, and you ought to be able to show that you are a responsible individual to be able to get a license.
Cadle said the case has been adjourned until October 6, with the court ordering judicial settlement talks, while allegations that the first defendant breached a court injunction remain before the court. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei.
All right, friends and family, brothers and sisters, thank you guys for hanging tight. We are back. I played that video because it is somewhat of a new development happening. There was a brother who made a video and commented that, hey, the government is going to start to charge us, tax us for going live online, for selling products, for being sponsored by different companies. And I decided to do some digging into this bill. And what I found out, I'll do a separate video on this as a matter of fact. But so far, what I can see is that the government, the Belize Broadcasting Association, first, they are managed by administrators of the government under one party, the PUP.
Right.
If they will be responsible, if they're going to be the ones who will decide who gets to have a license and who doesn't, they are targeting people like myself who goes live regularly, individuals who speak against the system. This is my understanding. Now, that video that we watched earlier, if the person that they're taking to court, if this individual is talking against another person and whatever she is saying is false, then I think that individual should be dealt with accordingly. I'm not against that. But what they are trying to do, it seems, because of this one individual, I don't know if they have other stories, other instances that happened in the past where they could say, well, this has become a practice. Cyril Uruwei, they said this, and alone false information. This has become a practice. Half the press has been saying this, false information. Alfonso Noble, false information. Whatever it is, I haven't seen anything as such. So because one individual happened to be is allegedly calling out another person and they're not being accurate, now they want everybody who go live on a regular basis to get a license. My question is, what are the requirements? How much the license will be for? There are penalties that starts from $10,000 and go all the way up to $100,000. I will go over the details. $50,000, $100,000 if we breach whatever rules they will come up with. I see this as draconian. I see this as tyrannical. It is something that I am looking into some more, and I'll release a video about it to give more details. But I wanted to mention it so you folks could be in tune. Look out for it. Pay attention to what's happening, because this will not only affect those of us who try to bring the information to you. You will also be deprived of seeing the situation from a different angle as well, from the grassroots angle. My brother, thanks again for making it. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about how our leaders should be elected, what assignment should be given unto them, how the prime minister, the leader of the country, should be elected. With me is Alberto August, former UDP chairman. Alberto, I asked the question earlier, but I don't think we answered, and I'm going to go and see if we have any interesting comments that I could read out. But the things that you're proposing, I said before that like a no-brainer. It makes sense. Era representative should stay within the constituency and do the work, serve the people,
Right.
speak and act on behalf of the people. The prime minister shouldn't be selected by just 30,000 people, or 3,000 people, based on his constituency. It should be the entire nation. So let's recapitulate what we talk about, and then we are drive into the next topic.
Okay.
And you had some highlights you wanted
Right.
to touch on too.
But I just wanted to touch on that, on the video that you played there.
Sure.
And in terms of the BBA and the proposed new legislation. It was sent to me. I have not a chance yet to read it. But listening to the video just now, several things come to mind. Censorship. Seems like someone somewhere wants to silence some people.
Yes.
Right? One. Two, taxation, additional revenue. You listen to the Prime Minister's presentation of the last budget, and the Prime Minister told this nation that that budget was $139 million more than last year's budget. You know what he said? $116,000 of that is going to come by way of additional taxes to the people.
That's more than half.
116, right? The other 20, whatever it is, 29% is going to come through other means.
That like 80
But-
something.
So you want drive, so it is going to drive up the taxes on people to almost 90%, right? But that was what he told us. $116 million of that is going to come by what? Because of 139 more than last year. 116 million of that is going to come by way of additional taxation on the backs of the Belizean people. So then, when you add the tax that come from broadcasting fees and the tax we're going to village and other taxes, right from there, we're going to. That is why this nation is punishing. Also, when you listen to that lady and talk about, it seems like you are going to be usurping the authority of the court.
Yeah.
Because you come to me and me want to sue.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. And that is what has been happening in this country all along. We go along making knee-jerk, not decisions, no, knee-jerk legislation.
Yeah.
That is why we end up with this cyberbullying law, because a senior member of the law enforcement was repeatedly being criticized by elements within the department internally and on Facebook. And so he decided to counter that. This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
This country, and I will repeat it over and over again. This country already has in place in the law books anti-defamation of character legislation.
Exactly.
If I say something about you that is not correct, you can go by way of criminal matter or you can go by way of civil suit. If you don't like it, you take out a civil. First thing what you do, you get your lawyer for write me. Mr. Cyril, sir, you made this statement about my client. I want to ask you to retract it, to apologize, and to pay compensation. And if you don't want, then we are sue the court.
Yeah.
That is the way we handle. In fact, when that happens, there should be no police involvement. Like in my case, where the minister said, "Oh, hurt the feeling," he sent the police. No, sir. You get your lawyer. Make your lawyer say, "Mr. August, what you did was wrong. You want to apologize to the man, and you want put a retraction in the same Facebook thing and say, oh, sorry, and then we ask you for $15,000 in compensation because you defamed the minister. And you know what bit? We ask you the court. Right? So then, when you defame somebody's character, there's laws on the books in this country. Why are you? We don't have the cyberbullying thing. Why I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to hear the Prime Minister say that they will amend it. I'm hoping that they throw that thing out so far, no? From whence it came. Or if not, give it back to the same former senior police person. Give it back to him and put it in a packet. You know? And then after that, let me continue. Then you have to talk like this. You have to talk like this because that's what they do to us, right? They make these laws. And only decision, no knee-jerk reaction. That is why. Like, for example, right? That is why you see we have these silly gun laws. Right?
Yeah.
You cannot have a gun. No, you know. You can have a gun because if you even show your gun, jail. If you even use the gun, so you have a gun for if somebody come after you, you have a gun for personal protection. Somebody can say, listen to me, if you come, I'll shoot you. And you pull out your gun, sir, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. I'm not shooting yet, you know. Sir, if you come out far, I'll shoot you. The man will report you, you're going to jail. Then what is the purpose of having a firearm?
There was a situation with Henry Charles and his driver. When the driver pulled out his firearm, how come he never gone to jail?
No, because those are special people, right? Special people. Like, for example, just recently, the minister's son was caught in an incident in Placencia or somewhere down there. Initially, he was not arrested. Well, he was detained, but the instruction came to release him. The minister said he never issued instruction.
Which minister?
Roderick Ferguson. Tony Ferguson, his son's Tony Ferguson. The minister, the father said he never issued instruction. Prime Minister, I doubt would get involved at the level. So then you ask yourself, who issued the instruction? Because he was released. It was when it hit social media that somebody said that Julius Espate, who released the man. Even Julius said, me never instruct for him to be released. Go get her and charge her. So then you ask yourself,
Yeah.
issue the instruction for that man to be released. Is it the Commissioner of Police? Sorry, if it is you, you're out of order. And you're supposed to ask the Prime Minister, I know then the Prime Minister don't put you off.
So what's the end of that?
Well, he was arrested and charged, but only for the behavior, not for the damage to property. Because maybe the vehicle, the minister considers, since in the government, he considered the vehicle to be his. So my son damaged one of my vehicles, so no problem. Right? No arrest, no charging for damaging the, although it was said that he broke the glass and from glass, whatever. No charge, just for the violent behavior and the disrespect to the police.
You see, but that thing we have to put in a check that because
Yes,
that may anybody we may go in a jail.
So how do you put it in check? We don't know that he was rearrested. So ask yourself now, listen to me. I need to know who initially ordered the police to release him. Because when the police arrested, the police have charged him because you violated me. I want to charge you. So there is no way that police would have let the other person unless they get instructions. Julius, like I said, Julius said, who that? Bring him back, charge him. The father said, no, me, because my son have to face the music. Right? And then afterwards, who
was this on the news?
Yes, man.
Damn,
yes, man.
I missed this.
So then afterwards, you ask yourself, Mr. Commissioner, sir, because you go find that the minister's son, even before the minister asks you what the minister never asked you, you release her. Then, sir, listen to me. We ask you for ask the Prime Minister to put you on administrative because they don't go. The Prime Minister says, no, they have to ask to go. Right? So we ask you, sir.
That's another thing. That is the same thing with me.
And we are saying, if the Commissioner of Police does not come forward, just like how Rodwell come forward, just like how Julius come forward, and just like how the others come forward, if you do not come to the nation and tell the nation, I did not order that police to release that man, then, sir, we have to assume that you were the person who gave that illegal instruction. Absolutely. And then, sir, you are not fit to lead the department. Because, sir, you know what you did there, sir? You know what you did there, sir? When you do those kinds of actions, sir, you demoralize your police. It was Julius Espate who realized, hold on, this can't happen, man. This is wrong. Go pick up the man and charge him.
Hats off to Julius. I mean, he's been getting good reviews lately.
How did we get down the road there? Why? What led us down that road? What were we discussing before? But that just brought up in terms of other people who are above the law, right?
Right.
So like I'm saying, there is already discrimination, defamation of character legislation in this country, man. We don't see the cyberbullying it out of border.
Yeah, but
so now we bring one
next
one
Alberto.
So what does that do? That give people sitting on the board a little bit of authority bounce up their chest.
Exactly.
You know,
according to this bill, then we'll have exemptions for certain government people who probably close to the government or friends of the government. They don't say it like that, but that's in the bill as well. Right. So it's really a way to muzzle or to pacify whosoever they no one speak out.
And if you say something,
they will have the authority to say to Smart and to say to BTL, shut you down, cut the internet out, or black Obapo TV. They will have that. That's in the bill.
Really? I haven't read it.
The bill. I was forwarded the bill.
I have the bill. I just want a chance of sitting down and reading it.
That's in the bill.
Yeah. That is interesting. Like I said, I smell censorship from the.
They have 10.
But if you say something about government, because obviously most of it is directed to protecting government. Jules Vasquez exposure. He might, when that pass, he might receive a letter and says cease and desist from that. Right? And whenever you say anything that is false against the government of Belize, then the Attorney General takes action against you on behalf of the government of Belize. That's why we pay an Attorney General, right? Keep you in check, write you a letter and say, listen to me. There's no need for any BBA chairman, or although I was made to understand that the head of the BBA might be a legal person, but there's no way for you to have any authority to be taken as a civil matter between the offender and the offendee. How you get involved? If I feel like I hurt your feeling, I go and report to she and then she has action against
yeah,
you.
they're coming up with new laws, new bill to silence
right.
people.
And then you see under the new system of governance that is going to go to the people. And then people say, no man, hold on, I want to want to.
Exactly.
I want to want to. And then some people now will say, what the thing they want to do there? Then the thing they want cause bottleneck, want cause shut down a government that can't function. No, it simply means that you're going to come to the people now with meaningful and beneficial legislation.
Yeah.
Because anything that you do will be held to scrutiny. That no matter all I want to know when your cabinet, when a House of Representatives, when a cabinet, and they say, although there are some of them who sit in cabinet know that they're not correct for the people.
Alberto, I have to ask you this. You wrote an article not too long ago. You say you don't agree with UNCAP. Why? Why not? In layman terms,
right.
explain UNCAC for the people.
Well, UNCAC is a UN organization that came up 21 years ago, 2005, to start a counter corruption in government. They have various points that they deal with, like for example, unlawful enrichment and the repatriation and the return of your assets, the confiscation of assets, whatever. It's good, Don't get me wrong.
It guaranteed that they go in that jail.
Right. Don't get me wrong.
That main part.
Right.
Guarantee that they could send them to jail.
Correct.
But why you disagree with that?
Let me tell you why. Right? We have to have the capacity. We have to have the capacity to govern ourselves. It is like, for example, if you are the head of a household and your wife see that you cannot control things, you think you want to do. You think you want to do.
Yeah, cheat buyer left you.
Exactly. Right? Until you go get somebody who has the capacity to do what is right.
But that's
right? You know I'm bringing one next man in your house for keep an eye on you.
If possible, I mean you kick you out and that's what they
but then you are not in. So is what is happening. When you're corrupt, you gone. Right? Until you find somebody. But your wife now bring somebody for watch you.
No, right? I know.
So what happened? Like what I'm saying. But when you put the system in place, you see, to have dishonesty, a dishonest act, there is two major ingredients, right? For a dishonest act to come to fruition. One, there must be desire for it, right? The desire, you must want it. And two, you must have the opportunity to get it. Anyone that we're missing, the act is not committed. Because you have a bag of garbage, right? You put it out there on the street. People have the opportunity to pick it up. You think they pick it up? You think they pick it up?
No.
Why?
They're not responsible.
Because they don't want it. You put this laptop down there, right?
They might pick it up.
You put this laptop, right? Because the seat, they desire it. So then therefore, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? It means then what you need to do is to remove either one of those, right? Remove either one of those. You have your laptop in your house here. How do you remove the people personally have a desire for it? How do you remove the possibility for your laptop to disappear? You cut down the opportunity for the guy locking your door. When you come, I do have to block down the door, forget that.
Okay.
Right? So I am saying we need to move in terms of moving the opportunity. These politicians who have the opportunity right now, one term, to come to government and get rich, that must be removed from them. And how do you remove from them? So when you remove them out of cabinet, so you remove that. And then there will be no need for UNCAC.
I see.
Check this here.
I see your point, Alberto.
Check this here. Right? You see how there's a strong call for signing the UNCAC agreement under this government. Right? Some people are saying, hey, But the UDP made it for 13 years. Uno know, what the card for the UNCAC never signed the agreement. You know why? Because there was no need for it. Let me tell you why. The Prime Minister of that day, Dean Barrow, was the UNCAC of the UDP. Let me tell you why. Look at the picture. UDP was in office for 13 years. PUP in office for 5 months, 5 years, and 10 months. Right? We're under the UDP. 13 years, double, more than double the amount of time that the PUP is in government. What part you see a situation like what is happening right now under the UDP for 13 years?
I mean, that's not fair in talking about UNCAC though, and you can't say Dean Barrow the Prime Minister the UNCAC.
But he was the
UDP had a whole lot of dirt there.
So where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Where is what?
Speculation. Where is it? Where is it? Show me where is it. Show me where there. Show me. Show me where there are the stream of payments like what's happening. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. 13 years of UDP, right? You can name one of these instances. What the revelation that is happening right now under the PUP? Hold on.
No meaning ever day. Not because they don't see it.
But once it is there, the public officer will see it and they are going to disclose it. Don't fool yourself. Right?
Okay.
Don't fool yourself. Right? So, what is happening now? The revelations that we are seeing right now. So, we're talking about 2020, 2021, 2022, sir.
How much?
The PUP was in going for only 1 year, 2 years, and they were already engaged in this level of corruption.
I could agree with that.
So, can you imagine?
You don't mean that the UDP
One
may
term,
go out. They may
show me the evidence.
You gotta go back to the history, Alberto. Come on.
Show me the evidence.
No. Right? I don't come prepared today.
Okay.
But the UDP
find the evidence.
has the low corruption.
It is like, for example, right? Why do I say that? Foolish is the man who will douse his house with water, throw water upon your house, and destroy everything if his house is not on fire. Right? If your house is not on fire, why would you take a rubber hose and wet up your house and destroy all your electronic equipment in the house?
You're saying that to say
what? To draw the comparison that there was no need to bring UNCAC because the house was not on fire under the UDP.
I don't agree with that.
Well, then draw me.
No.
I talk to me. You talk when you're speaking with me.
No.
Speak to me on evidence.
Got you.
Show me.
You got me. But let me say to you though, you're well seasoned. You've been following this for many, many years, right? I'm a junior in this compared to you, and I'm not come prepared. But I refuse to believe that the UDP may just squeaky clean. They never clean. The UDP engaged in a whole lot of corruption. The Prime Minister avoid.
The Prime Minister mentioned it, right? And the former Prime Minister mentioned that, like, for example, the Land Department was a hotbed of corruption, right? But like I am saying, that level of corruption,
I get
continues to happen in land,
Listen,
right? But this has gone to a whole different level, like I'm saying. Present your points with evidence based. 13 years of UDP, 2 years of PUP, 2 years. 2 years. Can you imagine, sir? 6 times that amount for 12 years? What would have happened under this? Right?
Make we acknowledge before.
Right. Okay.
Continue.
So, when you have a leader who sets by example and take action because there was some action taken, there was some action taken. Penner,
Petro-Caribbean and the UDP
yeah, Penner,
right?
Yeah, Penner, Gaspar Vega, and a few others, right? But not to this level, right? This level is touching the core of the taxpayers. And you know what this has resulted? You know what they're saying? You know what the Prime Minister is saying? That to avoid this situation, we are going to feed the military MRE meals that are ready to eat. We are getting it from the states by container load here. So we are feed the BDF with contain nothing. We have preservative.
Stop play.
That's what the Prime Minister is saying.
Stop play.
That they're going to get it by container load, and that is what they're going to feed.
Stop play. That is unhealthy.
I'm telling you.
That is unhealthy,
right?
bro.
So we are going to order by container load.
Wow.
MRE, because I've spoken with the Coast Guard person, sir, you are moving from feeding be the soldiers of this country healthy food.
Let's acknowledge
because of corruption, and you are going to feed them, sir. Those MRE were packed with food preservatives will last 10 years for until you feed military MRE when they're on the bush in the bush.
Yeah.
Right? You feed them in camp, sir. Fresh food. But you can't do that, sir.
You believe that they eat the baby back ribs? Then
you get it.
And lobster.
Then you get it. Right? so he was proud, he was proud when he told us, I have increased the budget for the BDF from 20 to 40 million dollars, but the BDF only get 15, and used to get 20. Right? By next 25 gone.
Yeah.
But I am saying, you are changing the situation by wanting to feed. Sir, you talk about they may have high blood pressure and that. Sir, they will have cancer with anything, sir, right?
Yeah,
then they think they have so much preservative they can stay up on the shelf for 10 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so, just because you are unable to identify honest individuals to feed our military, you're going to kill them with MRE.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the comment. Maris Herrera, Vicky Sekal, no name, land special in the south.
Land special. I don't know what.
Slow corruption and nepotism at its highest under Belizean administration in a very short time. We have Amy Gilhari Ramirez. What happened to cutting off the ugly head of corruption? To avoid speculating, Belize need uncut now more than ever. The only difference is that one was cut and one was not.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing justifies the abuse of trust and manipulation of public funds. Abuse of political power for unlawful enrichment is unacceptable.
Exactly.
Harry, let's not forget who sold out all the national assets and utility companies. Who did that?
You remember Reaganomics? Under the PUP?
I remember
Fonseca.
Yes.
They adopted Reaganomics. What part Reagan? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll give me your feedback.
But that's a
and
good way to
and who took them? Okay, you said here, let's not forget who sold out all the national assets and utility companies in the country, and who took them back and made constitutional law. Keep it in the hands of the people.
Who got them back and put it in the constitution that you cannot own more than 51% of. Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Anderson, we can't talk with Johnny, even worth talking to. Passport scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. Let's see how many we could read. Two more. Aaron Anderson, dear Alberto. Let us not defend the previous administration. Let us move forward to protect what the future can be. We need to be more transparent with the public. Very good. Philip Willoughby. I differ. That's my opinion. Where is it? All right. As I read one, they go up again.
Busy.
Yeah. It's the changes and penalties to be levied on corruptees. Charles Castillo. The legal system is not fair and just. How come Dangriga still doesn't have a magistrate? This is very important. A magistrate to hear cases in a timely manner. Does the Constitution spell what should happen within a certain time frame? We'll take a look at that. Brother Charles, thank you. Man, we have so many comments. Folks, friends, thank you all for your comments. We have another 30 minutes, Alberto. And if we could get through all these comments.
Yeah.
But let's go.
Yeah, they brought up some valid points. And we have to maintain that corruption is what kills a nation.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can minimize corruption, you will be able to, like, for example, and I'm quoting the president of Salvador. And I can also quote Melvin Holtz, the farmer. Rest in peace, Melvin Holtz, right? Mm-hmm. Melvin Holtz said, if you work the money, there's none to thief.
Yeah.
And if you thief the money, there's none to work. And that is what is happening, right? When you can stem corruption, like for example, all the money that disappeared under the BDF, if you had no need to increase the budget of the BDF because what you are providing was not even getting to them, you had to increase it, and even the increase did not get to them, then you could have used that additional monies to finance your budget.
Yeah.
Right? And the person who mentioned about the sale of our public utilities, that's a statement of fact. That situation hurt this nation, my friend. But Ralph Fonseca and the PUP at that time made it follow Reaganomics. Reaganomics tells you that governments are incapable of managing public utilities. They run it into the ground, and we adapt it and we sell out everything. Right? The airport of this country, is being rented out for a pittance. I got a house, the rent, and I make more money off of my house, the rent, than the government making off of the airport.
How is that possible?
Friends and cronies, it was.
How is that possible, though?
Corruption, my friend.
How is that possible?
Because of these same things, you cannot take action again. Man, can you imagine if the revenues generated from the airport would have gone to the Consolidated Revenue Fund? If the revenue from BWS, BTL, and BL would have gone to the Consolidated Revenue, mean we should not be paying no income tax in this country. And then after you could say 50% if we were collecting the rightful revenues from customs in this country.
I have a question for you. I can see that the Honorable Tracy Tega Panton is working very hard. I respect her. My position is I will stand next to anyone or any force who is fighting against stamping out corruption. But there seem to be some bitter UDP members who would still try fight against the honorable party leader. And please make us this very clear. I am not into the UDP PUP. I speak truth where I see truth. This is my truth. This is my observation. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? And now I call no specific name, but there are members in the UDP who seem to make effort in trying to fight against the leadership of the UDP, which I deem is counterproductive. Too much corruption that happened with the PUP. We need all hands on deck. Why do you think that is happening? Why the UDP is not really, or people are not really willingly fighting behind the UDP or with the UDP?
I hear you loud and clear. The Honorable Tracy Panton is the duly elected leader of the United Democratic Party. And as such, we have to give her a level of respect that the office demands, should command. I am not into attacking the leadership of the UDP, but I'm going to tell you something. When the UDP goes wrong, and somebody mentioned it in the chat, I have no official capacity in the UDP. So then, therefore, I do not have the forum to express my dissatisfaction in the UDP through any of the official forums of the UDP. So when the UDP is going out of order, I will say that they are going out of order. It is not an attack against the leader of the party. It is just to open your eyes and listen to me. The ship, in my view, you can take it how you want. The ship, in my view, is not going correct. Like, for example, when you are telling us, man, we are going to sit down in the House of Representatives and clap the government, clap with them and say, thank you, sir, for this and for that and for giving us NHI and for, it is like, for example, and for giving us pantry and for giving us, sir, you are not giving us anything. That the taxpayers' money, that the people's money, sir. I don't have to clap you, sir. That is an obligation that you have to serve the people. Like, for example, when you go downstairs and you go to the Belize Bank ATM and you put in your card in there and you punch 100 and show 100, you clap the machine. Thank you for giving me the money. That is your money.
I get that.
But in terms of that situation, and we are saying we are saying yes, because you see there are some there, and it is by the way how we are governed. People say it over and over. Some people say, I'm sorry for the expression, but it's a cliche. People say you're the change monkey for black dog, right? Or I hear Shine is saying that you're changing white dog for white something, white whatever it is, right? I am saying, and that is what the people believe because they have seen it materialize over and over again. So what the people are saying, yes, you're their company, you want to come into government because you want to come to the government to thief also. Right? So we are saying, listen to me, and I am going to tell you this. When you discuss the system, because I have not discussed it with Tracy, I have not discussed it with Shine, I have not discussed it with nobody. Worse with anybody from the UP. Right? I have only divergences that and I am putting it out there for discussion. None of them have no input into it. Neither Tracy, neither Shine Brown, nobody from the UDP have any zero input
This is
in
an
it.
independent.
They decide when I publish it. I never got to know them for no advice. I am just putting it out there for discussion, open a discussion. Let me tell you something. The person who is going to oppose this suggestion, in my view, is the individual who wants to get in there and thief. Basic common sense. Because then who you want to say? Because some people are saying, who you want to say we can't be minister? Because when you be a minister, then you get involved in the corruption.
Right.
Go and say, hold on. Well, you know what? I want to serve my people in I depend on this. I am going to vote for that person. I am going to vote for that. Anybody will say, let us go down this road there. And make the technical people, because when a technical person slip, it's just like, for example, in the private sector. When the technical person slip, what happened to her? Fired.
Yeah.
And if it goes to the extent where criminally engaged,
We lose track.
let me show you this.
I think UNCAC could still work in place of what you're saying.
Get UNCAC for supplementary, but I'm telling you, if you implement a system with this, you know what happened to UNCAC? You encourage them to sit down and do nothing. Right? You encourage them to sit down. Let me show you something. Let me show you an example. What is killing this nation? And I could draw the illustration. The deputy chief forest officer was accused by an individual of collecting 2 instances of monies from him with their bank deposit slip, teacher. And the man asked me for money. And the man asked me, the complainant is saying that the man asked me for money, the man asked me to put up on board, and I sent money for the man, the man they asked me for money. You know what happened? All of that went to the ministry. You know what the ministry said? The man not coming no far. Bring him back to work. And you know what happened? He can apply for the chief job too.
Oh wow!
Can you believe that, my friend?
Yeah, that
Right?
is.
Can you believe that?
absurd.
And no, this is not an elected politician. This is an individual that you can terminate that person's services immediately. What more documentary evidence do you want?
Party politics, Alberto.
That is what I am saying.
Party
That is
politics.
exactly. But you know why? You know why? You know why? Because the area representative is sitting in the ministry.
Who's the fault? Who's to be blamed?
The system,
Okay,
like you
the
rightfully said, they're not the PUP nor the UDP wrong, you know. It is a system that we are administering into this country that is that wrong.
We the people, though.
So
We the people.
So you will have to vote for the person, like you rightfully said, who is interested in stamping out corruption in this country. And corruption in this country has one element: an elected representative handling the people's money. An elected representative who is going to spend $2 million to get elected to earn $100,000 per month.
Alberto, at this point, I want to segue into redistricting.
Okay.
You were once a member of the Election and Boundaries Commission. You had the opportunity to do something about it.
Yes, sir.
You didn't do anything.
No. Well, that's a misstatement. Government ordered for the exercise to be completed. Government appointed a technical team to get the job done. I met with those people one time, and my comment to them, listen to me, you have this mandate to complete. I want to ask you and I want to request for there to be no political interference in the exercise. Because when political interference gets involved, it is going to be translated into gerrymandering. And I'm asking you this. Any person from the United Democratic Party who calls you and asks you to do certain things, let me know. Let me know. Because they should not. And that was the instructions from the leader of the party at the time. So everybody, leave that committee to do and let the chips fall where they may. And so I was able to tell them, any person from the UDP who, and then the exercise began. And then lo and behold, the People's United Party, the government, appointed their Deputy Secretary General on the commission, on this task force. Sir, I protested vehemently to get that matter addressed. Nobody listened.
But you didn't become a whistleblower.
I got on the radio repeatedly. Nobody paid no mind. When the first report came out, and I can say this now, because I told them publicly, I told them in the meeting, when the first report came out and I read it, I said, remove my name from that because I don't want to be associated with that. Remove my name.
Why?
Because it was out of order. Let me explain to you why. One example I'm going to give you. San Pedro. San Pedro has right now over 10,000, we're boarding out to 11,000, right? So you are telling me, no, since San Pedro is so small, so big, you are going to take Kikoka from San Pedro and attach Kikoka onto Fort George constituency from the mainland.
Is this hypothetical or?
Oh, yeah, that was a part of the report.
Okay.
The report suggests that you take Kikoka out of San Pedro and give it when you could have easily divided San Pedro into two. Northern San Pedro and Southern San Pedro to include Kikoka. Things like those and several other aspects of it. Right? And it went to cabinet. Cabinet rejected it. Some people were commenting along the same lines that I was saying. And then they asked me if I share my notes with these people.
Now, cabinet rejected it because majority voted against it.
Right. Because it was not practical. It was clear gerrymandering. It was not practical even for them. And then say they can't present that to the Belizean people. Right? So in terms of not saying it, sir, I was vocal. But the Elections and Boundaries Commission of this country is set in certain way where the government has its way.
The Prime Minister has promised more than once, more than twice, that it would have been done since 2025.
The redistricting exercise.
By 2026. Why hasn't it been done?
I don't know. You will have to ask them because when I was there for the latter part until I was removed, and I didn't want to serve on it anymore, but because it was a waste of time, in my view. You knock your head against. I can say so many things now, but I want to tell you after the air. You knock your head against the wall, and you're not getting anywhere. I know Jeremy Enriquez is working on this matter. Redistricting. Now a simple exercise. It's a simple exercise. It entails numbers, which is the most exact science. 1 and 1 are 2. It can't give you 3. 1 and 1 is 2. It includes mathematics and it includes geography. 2 things. Maths and geography. Maths, because the Constitution tells you that the country of Belize, for electoral purposes, must be divided into 31 constituencies. The Constitution tells you, and that will tell you 31 constituencies, and it tells you that when you're dividing those, when you're populating those constituencies, that you must have as near possible amount of voters in each constituency. That is the law. That is the law, right? So then, it means then that the country, geography, the numbers are almost equal, right? So when you are dealing with the Representation of the People Act, Chapter 9 of the Laws of Belize, the only thing in a redistricting exercise that needs to be changed is Schedule 1 of the Representation of the People Act. Schedule 1 consists of 31 pages. Each 31 page tells you how the borders of every constituency. So that is geography. And for the geography, you'll need the technical people from the Ministry of Natural Resources. Right? Make a segue and leave it. The last exercise, so we're a technician, we're a mathematician. Eventually, up to the mathematician, he resigned because of the political involvement in the exercise. He preferred to resign than to be a part of it. Segue a bit now. In terms of the current situation, right? Let me tell you, as we currently stand, as the country currently stands, there are 213,000. Be careful. The voters list, the most current voters list, has 213,158 persons on it. Right? If you divide that by 31, it is going to tell you that there must be 6,876 persons per constituency. Right? Get exact. You know you can get exact. It's dynamic. Right? So the international standards for that number, the tolerance level, must be either 15% above or 15% below. So if your median is 6876, then if you go 15%, you are going to have 7,907 persons. And if you go below the 15%, it is going to give 5,844. Right? So at a level where you must. So you need to fit those persons. No constituency must have more than 79,100 people. 7,900. And not less than 5,800. So you could say maybe 8 or 6.
So for
right?
charge.
So then afterwards, you undertake the exercise, right? The exercise does not tell you that Corozal must have 4 or Rinjoak must have 4. No. It tells you Belize must have 31 constituency. Belize. So in some instances, a constituency might fall, a part of it from Corozal might fall into some part of Rinjoak. Right? So to get that situation now, like for example, it is going to tell you that when the various population per constituency, like for example in Corozal district, right? The total number of voters in the entire 4 constituencies of Corozal is 28,681, right? In Orange Walk, 32,019. In the Belize district, 65,708. In Cayo, you have 52,236. In Toledo, in Stan Creek have 17,312. And Punta Gorda have 17,102. Right? So if you go from biggest to smallest, Belize, 65,000. Cayo, 52. Orange Walk, 32. Corozal, 28. And both Dangriga and Toledo, 1,700. 17,000. Right? So if you are going to distribute those, if you are going to be distributing those by in a redistricting exercise current to what we have right now, you are going to have 4 in the Corozal district, right? 4, existing 4. But to complement 5 constituencies in Orange Walk, it means that you will have to take off a part of the southern part of Corozal and put it into Orange Walk. And then instead of 4 Corozal, Orange Walk will go to 5, right? Belize City have 13 right now. Belize City will be reduced to 9 constituencies in Belize City. And then after Cayo going back to 8. Cayo going to 8. Sorry, Cayo have 6, right? So, but what will happen in the Cayo district is that there is a part. What will happen in the Belize district is that a part also of the northern Belize district will have to go into Orange Walk, right? No matter.
Later,
Sand Hill, whatever, high Europe, Biscayne, whatever, right? But I Belize rural north. And then afterwards, in terms of Toledo and Stan Creek, each one of them under that number can accommodate 2.5 constituencies. So it means then that 5 constituencies will be between Orange Walk, between Toledo and Stanquik
West.
right? So a part of one have to amalgamate into each other. It will create a 5th constituency out there.
So
then you will have 4 in Corozal, 5 in Orange Walk, 9 in Belize City.
Which means we'll need more area representative.
No, 31
in the south.
No, it will still be 31 because we are cut off from Belize City. Remember,
got you. Yes,
so it will still be 31.
Yes.
You're cut off. You're going to cut off 4 from Belize because they're going from 9 to from 13.
How will
9.
I mean, I know it, but for our viewers, how will that affect Belize City?
Like I said, it simply means that you're cut down from 13 to 9. And what happens? Like, for example, in St. Kitts, you don't have a Orange Walk North, Orange Walk South, Orange Walk Central, Orange Walk East. So you have in Corozal North, Corozal Southeast, Corozal Southwest, and Corozal Bay. You don't have that. In St. Kitts has 11 constituencies. Constituency number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 to 11. All right? So then, when you begin to number your constituencies, when you get to Belize City, you can't say, oh, you get rid of Caribbean Shores. There's no Caribbean Shores constituency number 14.
Yeah.
So nobody can say you take that one and put that one out different. You don't got no name.
So
for simple exercise. And so then what you do then after you have done that, because not forget the class, right? There are 9 municipalities in this country, 7 town board and 2 cities, right? There are 192 villages and communities in this country. The Elections and Boundaries Department has the voters in every single one of those. So you can sit down at a table and put that together. And after you don't put it together, you tell the technical people from Natural Resources, sir, draw the boundaries of it. Write Schedule 1 of the representation of the people act for me.
Yeah, you know what, friends, brothers and sisters, listen. Jerry has been fighting for redistricting for the longest. This is something that needs to be done. We can't drag it out. The Prime Minister has promised more than once, more than twice, that it would get done at a certain time. It's supposed to get done for a long time. I am asking all of you, this is a very important process. Jerry has been using his own resources. I have the information on the screen for those of you who would like to support Jerry in getting this done. Alberto, the government has been, Jerry has been going to court with the government on and on. And each time they go to court, that's money being spent. Yes or no?
Of course. But why is he going to court with the government? Why? There was some indication where the get was because he wanted some kind of information. That's why I wanted to speak with him.
Freedom of information,
right? He was under Freedom of Information Act. He was requesting some kind of information from the government, right? What kind of information would he not be privy to? Because every single information out of the Elections and Boundaries Department is available to the public. So that is why I have these numbers.
So do you know how much? Do you know how the area representatives are spending the constituency fund?
That's not redistricting.
But it does. It has to do with what the people are spending.
Yeah, but that's a different matter. That is a different matter.
It's not, Alberto. Check this out. You know why it's not? Johnny Briseño, Orange Walk Central, is it?
Gets 30,000.
Okay, then. Now, listen. 6,000, how many people?
In turn?
6,600.
At 23. 6,623.
6,623. How much is he getting a month for his constituency fund?
30,000.
You say about 30,000. They only show 25,000, right?
All right.
That way they give
25.
25,000. Dangriga has 6,000, about 300, close to 6,500.
6,402.
Okay, good.
60.
That and Orange Walk supposed to be in the same,
right?
Because the 15% higher Orange Walk. Yes or no?
Yeah.
How will that not matter? With
Orange
Dangriga,
Drug just has
one
2.
second, Dangriga is getting 15,000, while Janet Briceño is getting 25,000,
Right.
and they're supposed to be in at the same bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that no matter.
But yeah.
One more. Stann Creek West, Rodwell Ferguson has 12,000, close to 12.
10,009.
It passed 11 already.
No.
Well, I got to get an update.
I'm right now.
So make we say 11,000.
Yeah, 10,000. Yeah, 11,000.
11,000.
Yeah.
Rodwell Ferguson, they get less than Janet Briceño. 20,000. Why that no matter?
Yeah. Stann Creek West is almost 4 times, 5 times the size of constituencies in Belize City. Right? Almost 5 times.
And why that no matter to you?
No, but I'm saying that is not redistricting, right?
Yeah, but then if they redistrict, if they
compare,
you say, but if they redistrict, so one voter that's Stann Creek West worth a whole lot less than a voter in Janet Briceño's constituency. So it matter.
I agree. You see, when you can, the disparity has to be rectified. When you have a constituency like, for example, Mesop, with 2,400 people.
That's not even 2,500.
My friend, the area representative in Mesop is sitting in house with 900 votes.
Limark.
Yes, 900 votes, right? If you get 900 votes in Stann Creek West, you lose up to a deposit.
Exactly.
Up to a deposit.
Exactly. That is why, friends,
you get 600, you get
family.
You get 600.
Why Jerry Enriquez has been fighting for redistricting. I support this brother tooth and nail. I am asking each and every one of you, listen, support this brother, man. We need to get this thing done. Call out the Prime Minister, Janet Briceño. You need to do something about this. You've promised redistricting more than once, more than twice, and you still can't do it yet.
It is a simple exercise. When I was serving on the Elections and Bongos Commission, I request of the commission to give me the opportunity to do the initial numbers for them, free of cost. All I was asking for is the information and the department assistant with employees, 2 or 3 employees, to do the initial spreading out of the constituency. They're interested. I was telling them, we know that the Prime Minister and the government is going to send back the report that was sent to them. Let us not wait in our past. We know you're not going through. We know that. Let us, listen to me. I said, let us, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I said, let us do the exercise now so that when you get the request from the Prime Minister, you could tell on the following day, sir, see the numbers here.
I think we've been ignoring our audience. Let's acknowledge them, and then I'll come back to you.
Very well, sir.
I'll give you another 5 minutes or so. We're way past 8. We start at 6 o'clock. I said we're going for at least 2 hours.
Right.
Maybe the people out there listening, you guys dictate. You tell me if we want to go for another half hour or square another half. So make a take a look at Miss Lowe, 100% on point on redistricting. Thank you, my dear. Aaron Anderson, honestly, our politics set up for the city. We southern constituencies don't get use a derogatory language. Take it easy there, my brother. I can't support nobody when I fight for to correct this. I agree with you. Philip Willoughby, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, yes. Let's see. Bobo Sutherland, people just listen to and lean. Okay, good. And learn something. Relax and learn, people. Yes, thank you, my brother. We have Mr. Philip Willoughby. Let us try to be more mature with our contribution. Yes, in forums like these. This is one of the reasons our politics is where it is. I agree with you, brother. Issa Williams, this corruption is hurting each and every Belizean. I know last week discussion was on the importance of redistricting, including the court judgment, which was dissected. Thank moderators. I think the 6 p.m. topic later this evening ties into the discussion, especially with the transfer and continue. Yes, absolutely. That's why we're talking about it. What else? Let's do 2 more. Let's pick 2 more that I haven't read. Wilbert, do you think that the power struggle in the UDP has weakened their power and influence of the people? So stick a pin right there. I will read 1 more and then we shall press forward. Gilhari Ramirez, Belize need divine intervention and international help. There should be distractions to Belize not to get UNCAC implemented and enforced. Once UNCAC is in effect, we can get the international investigation for transparency. Rahim Castillo, former chairman, enough blessings, sir. Good to hear you. The mic is all yours, Alberto.
The power struggle in the UDP, if I believe it is affecting, of course, man from primary school days, what do they tell you? We'll learn a primary school.
This is
A
that
house divided among itself will
cannot
never
stand.
stand.
That's right.
Right. So unless the UDP get its act together, then afterwards, the people will not see them as a viable opportunity, but like as a viable opposition to what is happening. But I am saying, and the people have been asking for it for a long time. Let us get rid of both the UDP and the POP. Right? Let us bring representatives of the people to the forefront. Let us stop this foolishness about a person going elected and a person get access to all the government funds. Let us separate the rat from the cheese. You know, another thing that I was amazed a bit by, when this under 10,000 transit payment was brought to light, right? Because at one time it was implemented, because at one time it was the cure-all for person with corrupt intention, right? What they used to do, they used to apply for all the 96,000 to buy the 80,000 vehicle, right? Used to apply for, buy what they open your eye, all 96,000 gone. So they say, you know what? Hold on. Well, I'm doing 10. So in the first 10 and second 10, we're catching a second 10. Only 20 they gone with. They never gone with next 76. Right? So that was the queue at that time. Right? So we are saying now, there was suggestion, man, not to leave it in. Make we increase it to 50. All you're doing is making the cheese bigger for the rat to go with. Right? And we had the Prime Minister in response to that. The Prime Minister told this nation that as a result of that, he called in all of them into a special meeting of the cabinet, CEOs, ministers, financial secretary, auditor general, everybody into a meeting so they can go through the aspects of government financing. Boy, the fools you talk to. You are telling us, sir, you have been in government for almost 6 years, right? When you start primary school, 6 years later, sir, you are in standard 4. So you were in government 6 years, and you are telling us, sir, that you are going to bring them back to kindergarten?
Yeah.
Sir, they're supposed to know it.
Yeah. That
So
makes sense.
don't put us in another position, sir. They have been there working for 6 years, and now you want to tell us, sir, if there was any time to tell them, you should have told them from the day they were elected and got the responsibility, sir.
Brother,
right? You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do.
So you're taking these people, so you're telling this nation that you're taking these standard 4 students back to kindergarten?
Yeah. Alberto, there's a whole lot more to talk about, my brother, where you have to come back again pretty soon. I know that something will come up again, right? That like a revolving door, corruption after corruption, corruption after corruption, and we can't keep up with it. We can't keep up.
Yeah.
Right? You say we have to get rid of this UDP PUP thing.
Yes, man.
But
Yes, man.
man like you that UDP.
Yeah.
And you're dead.
Well, I served under the UDP, but there's no
How
access.
can you get
But there's
rid
no,
of
like I said, bring the new system on board. Bring the new system, and I don't know. But
at
I'm
what
saying,
point you
but
think
I'm
people
saying
get
when
to
that
make we seriously consider what you're proposing?
when you have the politician who will come forward and say, you know what, I am going to implement that system. I am going to try it.
How
Right?
can we get to even considering it for the higher ups? Because something got to be done.
Yes, yes. Right here, right here, we are at the most opportune time.
What if?
Let me tell you why. Right? We are at the most opportune time for us to proceed with this into the next election. The Prime Minister of this country has indicated that I am not interested in running for re-election.
Do you think he's being honest?
I have to go by what he says. I have to go by what he says. I take his word as what he says. I am not interested in re-election. So here what we are to know. We are going to change the system now and try that system for the next election where we district, we put all our ducks in a row for redistricting, and now to in the next election now, we will offer it now to that the Prime Minister will put all the legislation in place and change the law. The Prime Minister will be elected countrywide, right? And he represents and make it known. And now to you know what happen? Anytime a person is opposed to that kind of arrangement, you don't know what happened. You don't know because some people tell me, you know, that crazy, you crazy.
So Alberto,
Right? When I run for political, I'm supposed to be a minister. Right? So I am saying any person, because this nation is sick and tired of corruption. Corruption is killing this nation of only 450,000 people. Half of the people of this country are on the voters list.
yeah.
Right? Corruption, anytime when anybody say me not with that, then the population of this country must not vote for that person. Right? I will vote for the one where in agreement with that. I want to get elected, but I know when I no cabinet, me no want to be no minister. I want to tend to my people.
Yeah.
Right? And you are going to get genuine politicians. Try it. I am
So listen, as we're closing out, folks, I want to thank each and every one of you again for tuning in. It helps when we have a conversation, when you comment, when you ask questions. I hope that we take it serious. There was an anti-corruption rally not too long ago. I attended,
right.
because I felt moved to
Right.
do so.
Right.
I feel that we need to put our hands on deck. Everybody must come together. A twofold question for you.
You don't want to ask me? You don't want to ask me why I did not attend? I'm that way me ask.
Well, I may ask you that.
Okay,
but
okay. No,
I want to ask you that.
Listen to me.
Because you supposed to be there.
You are unmuted, you know. Right?
Why
Don't afraid to ask the question.
Why didn't you attend?
All right.
Let's start with that.
And I heard somebody report that, hey, what about Alberto August, and that kind of thing, right? I have to move strategically, right? That mirror thing was still hot, right? And the level of threat that I'm still going through, right? I did not see it fit for me to go there and expose myself like that. Not at this time, right? I could show my phone, and I could show what comes into my phone. I don't pay no mind. I don't pay no mind because I've always like anything else. Your mom always tell you the dog will back no bite. But then also I'm not going to put my hand in the dog mouth neither. Right? And so the matter was too fresh for me to go there because I was even requested to go on the stage. I think at the time and the persons who were advising me think it was not the appropriate time to do that.
You have no qualms. You have no qualms with any faction of the UDP whatsoever.
The honorable,
why you didn't go.
The honorable, when it's a factions of the UDP.
Well, the UDP is yet still divided, right? You're not making any.
I don't know to the level of what you regard.
Let me put it this way. You're not, Alberto. You speak your mind, right? If you don't like something, you talk. You
Right.
you talk about it. You have also spoken against the leader of the opposition. So my question to you, not only you, because Shine does it too.
Right.
Like, why we can't just focus on keep holding the blue accountable, make sure that it's just too much
Right.
for us to be divided.
Right.
I am not UDP, and I do my part as an independent to at least try holding accountable.
Right. My speaking against the opposition was not an attack. Right? My speaking in terms. In fact, even the UDP then called me and said, "Why? Thank you for saying that."
See, but
Thank you for saying that.
problem,
right?
too.
So I am saying, man, why that a thing? What I'm saying that true. You say, man, look how we going at the house and go big up the PUP and that. Anyway, the Honorable Tracy Panton, right? Get this straight. The Honorable Tracy Panton is the elected leader of the United Democratic Party, be it elected or endorsed. She went to a convention and she was officially endorsed at that convention as the leader of the United Democratic Party. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. She is the leader of the party. And as long as I am in the United Democratic Party, Tracy Panton will be my leader.
Good.
Right?
I'm happy to hear that.
People are saying, how come you hang with Shine? Because Shine was the duly elected leader of the party. And I remain with the lead, loyal to the leader of the party until he demitted office.
Okay.
And because I told Shine, sir, your time and I counted down the days for him, that, sir, your time in this party is limited. It is finite. Within 154 days, sir, you are going to go. You cannot be leader of the party, but I will remain with you until you demit officer, because you are the leader. If tomorrow somebody come and remove you as the leader, sir, then I will not be with you. I will be with the new leader. And that is the way how it goes. When Time Shine was still hanging on as the leader of the party, I sought to meet with Tracy Panton, explain to her, just hold on. We are getting the party ready to hand it over to you on the 5th of October, as is required by the Constitution. Things happen. The gang and broke up the meeting where we may try to get together. You're gonna miss, hold on, miss. You just try to get this thing together, we'll wrap it up and give it to you. And no, they had to wait. That was dragged on, take the revolution when they had and now they understand what we were doing. Dragged on until the ending of November 30th. And when that day came, we said, the party, yeah? And from November the 30th, 2025, 25 or 24?
25.
No, because 25 we went into
November 2025.
Right. We went into election with Tracy Panton, continue, and as long as Tracy Panton remains there, that's my party leader.
So let me ask you.
That's my party leader, Shine Barrow. I don't know what the future holds for Shine. I don't know what the future holds for anybody. But when time anybody comes and you have to respect the wishes of the delegates of the party.
Do you think the leadership is likely to change before 2030?
Boy, under the current arrangements, I don't see it happening.
Okay.
Right? Why I say so? Because the constitution of the party requires for the leader to be in the National Assembly. No, sorry, in the House of Representatives. Because he can be in the National Assembly as a senator. The leader of the party must be a member of the House of Representatives. In other words, elected, not of the National Assembly.
Which she is.
Yeah. So in terms of that, she is in the House of Representatives, and because there's nobody else who we see wanting to challenge her, unless the constitution of the party changes But I say then remove that restriction, and
Right.
then you open, and then somebody else might emerge. But as we currently stand, if the constitution remains unchanged, then I don't see anybody else in the party. Ugo Pat is not interested. Godwin Holt is not. I don't know if DMAC interested. And Miguel Guerra. So, given that circumstance, unless the constitution is changed and a viable person comes forward, Tracy Panton will remain the leader of the party.
Alberto, this has been inspirational, man.
Yes, man.
Very informative.
Anytime.
Friends, folks, we have to have another segment. You might have to come back again sometime soon.
Yeah, right. I'll make
All right. This was good. This was, I hope that you guys really and truly found it informative as we have expected. Herman had a question. I messaged you that question. I mean, his question, it was long.
I think I saw the question.
And I really don't want to drag this out. We'll go at least half hour beyond the time. But we have come to the end of our time. I don't know if you want to
Herman question.
give that a quick read
Don't I say,
and
yeah.
then we close up.
Okay, let me just say what you say here. Okay, what is a lengthy question?
It's a lengthy question. So just scrub through it. But while you're doing that, friends, family, listen, as I get ready to close out, there is this organization in Northern Illinois, UBNI, United Belizeans of Northern Illinois. They host a scholarship gala every year. They're having their 15th annual scholarship gala. So Chicago, Waukegan, those of you nearby, this is our great event to step out and meet people, like-minded people like yourself. Have responsible fun. You know, the atmosphere is always nice. So step out and support the initiative while on a support another child's or teenager's education. Alberto, what do you have?
Okay, I am reading the long question.
Long question.
Yeah, this.
You want to just read the first or comment on the first part?
Yes. No, ako comment pa. Yeah, just the hearing because we have plans to feel it. Okay, all right. Well, I am happy that that the party leader shared the flyer. That shows that you're important. That shows that you are important.
As you are, Alberto.
You know, when you see the party leader share the flyer, you're important, Cyril. You know, my brother, you're important.
We both are.
Because I don't normally share much things, but it shows that you're having an impact. In terms of the conventions in Benke and Dangriga happening in 2 weeks at the same time, it don't make no difference, right? It don't make no difference because there are two sets of voters. We have had conventions in two constituencies in Belize the same day, right? So it doesn't make any difference. But I know there was a suggestion in terms of Cayo. In terms of Cayo's convention was set for August 2nd. But the team there has decided they're going to expend their energies in terms of the next few weeks because there's 1 month left. 1 month and a few days left for the transfer of voters. So they're saying that they're going to want to concentrate their effort in the transfer and voter registration. So I think that they will be postponing their convention for sometime in October.
Okay.
Yeah, because also, you know, we have the September celebration.
So two constituencies, not a clash no more.
So this speaks about Dangriga and Benke. But like I said, if there are two constituencies, having convention, it makes no difference because they have voters.
So because you could only be in one place at the same time. Some delegates might want to be in Dangriga and still want to be in Benke as well. So that
but their presence in Benke don't make no difference for the voting.
Yeah, right? But still, they might
want to be there to assist, right? Okay, yeah. But like I said, in terms of the
voter, for those who have position in the administrative body,
right,
they will want to show their face as well.
Yes, yeah.
So having those dates on the same, those conventions on the same date, kind of.
Yeah, I see what you mean because when in terms of that, because the president party leader want to attend every convention, so you can. But you know, the party leader is normally ubiquitous. You know, can be at several locations.
That's true.
Speed from here to Kai is not far. Benke to Dangriga is not far, yeah. She moves around a lot. It shows the an election day. You see how the prime minister move, he move all continue almost half a carousel straight through and
That's
spends the time right in what was what the Honorable Dean Barrow used to do, you know. Start from carousel, sip the carousel and start down and come right down. Touch every constituency. Ask Alberto if he have amends with Tracy because I saw him in a photo shoot of late with her. And like I said, no, no problem with Tracy. You know, there were some people who the honorable party leader was on a talk show on Wave. And I am called into the show. I haven't called for quite some while, but I called into the show. And then people started to call me, welcome back to the party. I've never gone anywhere from the party unless the party was spreading the news and get rid of me.
Well,
But even if the party get rid of me, don't say the party get rid of me from you. It no matter me. I'm going to vote.
But you told me directly, man, I know a UDP.
Yeah, I am.
Right? And I respect that about you.
I am.
My brother.
Because I cannot support the principles of the People's United Party. I can't. It's difficult for me. So there was some person who said, oh, you need to join the PUP. No, sir.
Sir, I never joined the PUP.
No, I am 100% behind the UDP. And for one lady called me and said, why? I said, I'm crying out when I hear her call. I said, but why not got no way? I know why. Or is it that the party is saying that they will throw me out? Probably, I don't know about that.
Do you intend to come back in the fold though?
But I've never gone anyway.
No, I mean, you're still at UDP, but do you intend to become an active member?
Sir,
whole position,
sir. Talk about active UDP. I don't want to big up myself. But I'm the most active UDP right now in terms of Facebook.
Granted, Alberto, but in terms of seeking leadership, being a part of the administration.
I have served 30
years. So you're done.
I know say I've done, right? But if I'm called upon to assist, then I will assist and I will contribute as much as I can.
Okay.
Right? Because the country can't continue this way, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Continue this way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Yes, man.
My brother, I think we're going on and on and on.
I know, and I have.
This is wonderful, man.
Yeah, man.
Folks, friends, I want to thank you. I can't thank you enough for joining. We have so many comments tonight, Alberto. We can't read all of this.
I want to say, of course, hi to the party leader, and of course, Shine continues to be a force out there. I'm the former chairman of the party, Michael Perifit. Why you did, and you say we want to talk about the detention, but for that for next time, right?
Yeah,
detention for next time. Yeah, but I want to, of course, say thanks to the former chairman of the party, the current chairman, and everybody else. You know.
Okay.
So I know I'm Mr. Tota, but under no circumstances dissing neither the party leader, the former party leader, nor any leader of the party.
I like that you make that clear. And honorable party leader, I salute you. I know you work hard. I never claim to be I can't say never. But as of date, I can't claim to be a UDP. I can't claim to be a PUP. I'm an independent thinker. I will always do what is best for my tongue, for my country, right? And I hope that those of you out there always do what is best for your tongue, for your country. Not because I'm blue, not because I'm red, but because it's the best option for you, for your children, for your neighbor, for the entire country. So I thank each and every one of you again. Alberto August, my brother, my friend, I thank you very much for coming all the way in studios. The man saying, why are you in the studio? So, hey, we'll make it happen.
I have relatives down here too, you know.
And you have roots in Dangriga as well.
I was born in Dangriga.
That's what you told me a while back.
I lived in Dangriga. I spent 4 wonderful years in Dangriga.
I see.
Yeah, 2000 to 2004.
So welcome home,
yes,
man.
Yes,
welcome
home. Always a pleasure. It is always a pleasure to come to Dangriga. And I'll ask you one last question. Under the new regime, if it is implemented or when it is implemented, would you consider offering yourself?
Under the new regime?
Yeah. In terms of
absolutely. Absolutely. No, I mean, no questions asked.
Those who offer themselves are going to be genuine people.
Yes, man.
Interest when they're prepared to say, I want to seek election, I don't want to be a minister. I don't want to touch government money. All I want to do is serve the
Just
people.
serve. Just serve. That's what I've been saying. Of course, I would consider. Hands down.
Mhm.
Well, folks, friends, thank you all. I'll be live again, scheduled on Wednesday, but likely I'll go live before then. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. There's too much to talk about. I will talk about this BBA, the Belize Broadcasting Association. That was a serious topic. But for now, I'll see you guys on another live. Stay blessed. Have a happy rest on a Sunday. Love on a family, love on a friend. Be loving, be kind, and be responsible. Election is near. Be responsible with on a vote. I'll see you guys in our next live soon.
The people's campaign. And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia. Make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire, he's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire, a fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire, son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire, ready to fight for his people. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fi we, set an example for all the youths. Uruwei na fi we, beginning of golden age.
Tonight in Dangriga, a wave of voter dissatisfaction is hitting local and national leaders alike. Mayor Robert Mariano, ERA Representative Dr. Louis Zabane, and even Prime Minister John Briceño. A new survey by pollster and retired assistant professor Dr. Philip Castillo shows support for Dr. Zabane has plunged dramatically. Remember, he won big in 2020 with 61% of the vote, and his popularity soared even higher in 2025 when he secured 76.5%. But Dr. Castillo's latest polling tells a very different story, one that suggests confidence in these leaders is slipping fast.
He's underwater because I think he's at 41%, which means that more at 41%, 4 out of every 10 voters do not approve of the job that he's doing. Now, again, we did not ask them why, but some voters, some citizens did provide an opinion. And then the opinion would be that in terms of accessing the area rep, that there seem to be challenges in accessing him, basically, in meeting him and that specific issue.
A closer look at the numbers shows Dr. Zabane lost support in Dangriga Town and Saraway, but he's still strong in outlying villages like Hope Creek. Responding to the poll, Dr. Zabane says he welcomes Dr. Castillo's work, but argues that data collected closer to election time gives a truer read on how voters will actually decide.
First of all, the size of the poll is relatively small, but still helpful, so I'm not knocking it in that sense. I'm just saying that if you look at the last polls that he has done, you could go back and check them out. They have been consistently lower than the actual performance. So in my view, I don't believe that the numbers are that low. But even if they were, it is good to know so that you can take action.
One of the things that people were saying is that you're hard to access.
Yes, and that's the one that seems farthest from the truth. I am one of the very consistent area representatives that have office hours. So on Thursdays, like for example tomorrow, I have my office. I am at the office. I have an office that is open from Monday to Friday, so persons can go, and they do go in. So besides the office hours on the Thursdays, I also visit on Saturdays the different, because we have Dangriga, Saraway, and Hope Creek.
Voters were also asked how they feel about the job Dangriga Mayor Mariano is doing. He first won the mayoral seat with 51% of the vote in 2021 and boosted his support to 63% in 2024. But today his approval shows a slight dip from where he started back in 2021.
He faces election next year, 2027. So what the poll found this year is that he's back around, I think it's 48.9% or just about 50%. So he's in that range. But then a poll has something called a margin of error, meaning that the 48% could be as high as 48 plus 6, because I think the margin of error was 6.8%, or 48 minus 6. And then again, if you look carefully at the numbers, 17% did not have an opinion. They said not sure or they're uncertain.
Voters also pointed to some persistent concerns in the municipality. They want better streets, improved garbage collection, and real action on unemployment, which many say remain a consistent challenge. When we reached out to Mayor Mariano for a response, he told us, quote, "I am appreciative of Dr. Philip Castillo, and although the next town council elections are a little over a year away, and notwithstanding a lot of change within that time, I am humbled by the favorable poll survey and results at this point in time. We are grateful for the public opinion and will do whatever we can to address their concerns." But the most striking number in this poll is the Prime Minister's approval rating in Dangriga. When voters were asked whether they approve of the job Prime Minister John Briceño is doing, just over half said they do not.
I think it's only 20%. That's 1 in every 5 voters approve of the job that the Prime Minister is doing as Prime Minister. A similar percentage are not sure, but a substantially larger percentage say that they do not approve of the job that he's doing at this point in time.
Is that, based on your observation, a decrease in his approval ratings in Dangriga?
No, I can't answer that question, because to the best of my knowledge, this is the first ever poll being done of the approval rating of the Prime Minister. So there is no comparable data.
For the Prime Minister, though, this poll may not move the needle. His political fate ultimately rests with voters in Orange Walk Central, the constituency that decides his future at the ballot box. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez. Tonight in Dangriga, a wave of voter dissatisfaction is hitting local and national leaders alike. Mayor Robert Mariano, Era Representative Dr. Louis Zabane, and even Prime Minister John Briceño. A new survey by pollster and retired assistant professor Dr. Philip Castillo shows support for Dr. Zabane has plunged dramatically. Remember, he won big in 2020 with 61% of the vote, and his popularity soared even higher in 2025 when he secured 76.5%. But Dr. Castillo's latest polling tells a very different story, one that suggests confidence in these leaders is slipping fast.
He's underwater because I think he's at 41%, which means that more at 41%, 4 out of every 10 voters do not approve of the job that he's doing. Now, again, we did not ask them why, but some voters...
The people's campaign! And if you're not serious about change, I suggest you stay out of the way and give Cyril Uruwei Garcia, make we give her this chance. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he look on the play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei na fire, he's a proven leader. Uruwei na fire, a fearless advocate. Uruwei na fire, son of soil from Dangriga. Uruwei na fire, ready to fight for his people. We want want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back, back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he no come to play. We need our Dangriga back. Uruwei that be we, set an example for all the youths. Uruwei that be we, beginning of golden age. Uruwei that be we, true representative for all of us. Uruwei that be we, Dangriga walk quick and Sarah we. We want this change, we need this change, we need that change right now. We need our country back, back from the PUP and the UDP. We need our country back. Things are getting harder and harder every day. We need our country back. Cyril Uruwei, he no come to play. We need our Dangriga back. And for anyone who say they don't know the man, you know, original Red Paleka. Remember Auntie Lily Paleka? That's Auntie Lily's son. On election day, I will not go to the polls and betray my conscience. Election day.